Our government is now officially shut down because we don't have funding to pay the federal workers. Trump really is running the country like it's one of his businesses. He said he would. Just to give you some perspective, the government being shut down is even worse than when it's up and running. Republicans would like you to believe that Democrats shut the government down, but the bill they wanted the Democrats to sign would knock out about 15 million Americans from health.
I was angry at the time because I was here in New York.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? This guy is it's right there. We should go. And that wasn't a stand-up comedy show. It was supposed to be a
political rally.
Something.
Yeah. That joke delivered in that room, as you said, it seems like it's part of the politics of that room.
Yes.
Whether or not it comes from a politics.
There's people that doesn't understand that it's a joke. People who gonna agree with that joke and gonna say, yes, Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? That's the part, like, is crazy. It's
Jimmy Kimmel and Bad Bunny turned political chaos into pure entertainment. When a late-night host teams up with a global music star to mock the most attention-hungry president in recent memory, Trump's ego doesn't stand a chance. This wasn't just a roast. It was a mix of humor, rhythm, and sharp irony. Together, they tore down the myth of Trump's brilliance, exposed the fantasy world he built, and left his supporters wondering if they were at a rally or watching a comedy special.
I mean, that son of a bitch, you know, is really unbelievable.
Mr. Son of a bitch.
I mean,
Mr. Son of a bitch.
His royal. Yes, no, I never imagined that we'd ever have a president like this, and I hope we don't ever have another president like this again. I never even imagined there would ever be a situation in which the president of our country was celebrating hundreds of Americans.
Send us a t-shirt, please.
Teacher. I'm so sorry. I want to apologize with you because I think this is not like you. This is more like Donald Trump.
You sounded more like Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Jimmy Kimmel kicks things off by turning Trump's latest press stunt into pure comedy. He barely has to exaggerate. The jokes practically tell themselves. One moment, Trump's bragging about creating jobs. The next, he's firing his own team because someone told him Wi-Fi isn't infrastructure. Kimmel treats Trump's presidency like a sitcom that refused to end, constantly adding ridiculous plot twists no one wanted.
He says he would carry out a deportation operation to remove more than 11 million people from the country. He says he would use the military to build migrant detention camps. He would let red states monitor women's pregnancies and prosecute those who violate abortion bans. He would, at his personal discretion, withhold funds appropriated by Congress. He would fire any U.S. attorney who wouldn't care.
Then comes Bad Bunny, the global star who turns political chaos into music with a message. He doesn't need a suit, a teleprompter, or a MAGA hat, just rhythm and honesty. To him, Trump's world is a remix of confusion and contradiction, a beat so out of sync that not even auto-tune could save it. When Bad Bunny joins in, Trump's speeches sound like failed lyrics from a parody song. Every word, every stunt, every desperate grab for attention becomes another line in the anthem of absurdity.
Anyways, you might not know these, but I'm doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and I think everyone is happy about it. Even Fox News. Bad Bunny is my favorite musician, and he should be the next president.
Together, Kimmel and Bad Bunny make the perfect team of truth and rebellion. Kimmel tears down Trump's illusions with sharp humor, while Bad Bunny adds rhythm to the chaos. Suddenly, Trump's whole image, his hotels, slogans, and self-made legends, looks tiny when two global icons treat it like a failed performance act. The applause isn't for the president. It's for exposing his non-stop self-promotion dressed up as leadership.
Prosecute. He's weighing pardons for everyone who attacked the Capitol January 6th. He said he might not come to the aid of an ally in Europe or Asia if he felt that country wasn't paying enough. He would gut the civil service, he would close the White House Pandemic Preparedness Office, and staff his administration only with those who believed the election was stolen from him. And when they asked about dictatorship, he said, "I think a lot of people like it." And he's on the cover of Time magazine. He should be on the cover.
Kimmel doesn't just make jokes, he breaks down the chaos with precision. He portrays Trump as a man stuck in an endless press conference, desperate for applause, terrified of blame, and convinced that facts don't apply to him. Each punchline lands like a public service announcement wrapped in comedy. He takes Trump's speeches, policies, and tantrums and turns them into a tragic comedy that makes Shakespeare's jesters look brilliant by comparison.
Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. Now he's openly rooting for NBC to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers and the hundreds of Americans who work for their shows who don't make millions of dollars. And I hope that if that happens, or if there's even any hint of that happening, you will be 10 times as...
Kimmel and Bad Bunny turn satire into rhythm, transforming Trump's contradictions into lyrics that hit harder than any headline. Their message isn't about politics, it's about common sense. Trump's stances on immigration, climate, and equality become verses in a global anthem of resistance. The idea is clear. The world won't dance to the rhythm of lies. If Trump insists on leading, people have the right to laugh him off the stage. Their partnership feels poetic. Two artists from different worlds united against the same showman who forgot that every reality show eventually gets canceled. Kimmel exposes the hypocrisy with sharp humor, while Bad Bunny gives it power through music. The result is a cultural takedown so sharp that even Trump's PR team can't spin it as a win. Kimmel mocks his obsession with crowd sizes, joking that Trump could hold a press conference in an empty room and still claim record attendance. Bad Bunny adds the punchline, pointing out how a man so focused on numbers can't face real facts. Together, they reveal the tragic comedy of a leader who confuses applause with approval and fame with respect.
Which meant it was time for our commander in Cheeseburger to weigh in on one of the most pressing issues our military faces today: unattractive battleships.
You know, in the Second World War, they were freighters at different types, but we were doing a ship a day, and now we don't do ships. And I'm not a fan of some of the ships you do. I'm a very aesthetic person, and I don't like some of the ships you're doing aesthetically. They say, oh, it's stealth. I say, that's not stealth. An ugly ship is not necessary in order to say you're stealth.
Is he planning to have sex with these ships?
Kimmel describes Trump's leadership as less governing and more like open mic night at a comedy club, run by someone lost in their own act. He leads by impulse, tweets instead of plans, and handles crises like a man trying to build IKEA furniture without the manual or his glasses. Every scandal feels like the same bad rerun, only with higher stakes and louder reactions. Bad Bunny brings flair to that chaos, turning frustration into performance. His presence on stage captures the world's exhaustion with Trump's theatrics. He doesn't argue, he exposes. His rebellion isn't angry, it's creative. Through rhythm and satire, he turns Trump's policies on climate and immigration into art that tears down arrogance and propaganda. And Trump, addicted to attention, always takes the bait. Every late-night joke and viral lyric sends him spiraling into another outburst. He's the only president who treats Twitter trends like national crises. But Kimmel and Bad Bunny know the truth. Mockery is the one thing Trump can't control. The angrier he gets, the clearer their message becomes. They're not just ridiculing him, they're showing him the reflection he refuses to face.
Affair. Hegseth said, we're getting rid of DEI in the military, we're getting rid of dudes in dresses. He said there will be no more beardos, which is what weird people call men with beards. And just as it said on Pete's Tinder profile, no fatties allowed.
Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
Right. Trump was there.
Kimmel tears apart the contradictions in Trump's persona, the self-proclaimed dealmaker drowning in lawsuits. The patriot who outsources his campaign gear and the tough guy who collapses the moment he's criticized. Every joke hits because it's rooted in Trump's own version of reality, built on half-truths and full-blown delusions. Bad Bunny stands as his complete opposite: global, inclusive, and real. His art proves that respect isn't earned through power, but through authenticity. Watching him mock Trump's obsession with image feels like poetic justice. While Trump measures success by how loudly his name shines on buildings, Bad Bunny measures it by the reach of his message. One thrives on dividing people, the other unites them, and that contrast says more than any headline ever could. Their roast isn't about insults, it's about exposing the act. Trump runs the country like it's his personal tour, except the audience is taxpayers, and the cost is national stability. Kimmel turns that chaos into satire, showing how Trump's promises of greatness always end as punchlines.
Including, I don't know if you saw this, but he made a major announcement. I am ordering my administration to declassify and release all government records related to Amelia Earhart, her final trip and everything else about her. Thank you for your attention to this matter. We had no attention to that matter. Unless her final flight was to Epstein's Island, no one cared.
Bad Bunny transforms resistance into art, mixing bold cultural pride with sharp political insight. Kimmel, meanwhile, dissects Trump's media obsession. The nonstop need for headlines, outrage, and attention. It's as if Trump thinks chaos equals control, that being loud means being powerful. But Kimmel knows better. Noise isn't power, it's insecurity. Strip away the drama, and you're left with a president performing for applause in a theater that's already clearing out. Bad Bunny takes that idea worldwide, calling Trump's politics an outdated rhythm that can't keep pace with modern reality. The world has moved on, remixing progress while Trump keeps replaying the past. His message hits because it's not about sides, it's about growth. Trump tries to rewind, everyone else is moving forward. Kimmel drives the point home with irony, painting Trump's contradictions in bold strokes. The man who preaches unity but feeds division. The self-proclaimed defender of democracy who attacks anyone who questions him. The businessman whose legacy is paved with bankruptcies and scandals. For Kimmel, it's comedy gold, a masterclass in exposing hypocrisy through laughter.
Never performing in the US again. I'm scared that ICE might raid the venue outside my show. And honestly, I can't risk the safety of my fans like that. Mainland America just doesn't feel necessary to me anymore.
Kimmel matches Bad Bunny's energy with sharp humor that cuts across languages. Even fans who don't follow politics understand performance. And they can spot how fake Trump's act is. Bad Bunny's charisma exposes the emptiness behind all the bluster. When he mocks Trump's rallies as over-the-top tantrums, it isn't just political, it's human. He reminds people that power without empathy is just noise without rhythm. Together, he and Kimmel turn global frustration into shared laughter. Trump's presidency becomes the punchline to a joke the world has been waiting to tell. Kimmel's humor grows sharper as he picks apart Trump's PR tricks, the staged photos, the empty speeches, the constant rewriting of his own failures. It's like watching a magician wave his hands to hide the disappearing act of accountability. He doesn't need to exaggerate. The absurdity is self-evident. Meanwhile, Bad Bunny adds his own beat of rebellion. He sees Trump's politics as a remix of fear and nostalgia, a tired song meant to hold on to power. But the crowd has moved on. They want honesty, progress, and equality. His performance turns Trump's old-world bravado into background noise that no one wants to replay.
Donald Trump actually said our new military will bring back new focus on fitness. I love the idea that Trump is lecturing these guys on fitness. I mean, if that isn't the fondue pot calling the kettle fat, I don't know what is. Listen up, generals. I want to make something very clear. The Pillsbury Dope president wants you to do Pilates.
Bad Bunny turns frustration into rhythm, transforming disillusionment into bold defiance. His voice doesn't shout. It flows with confidence and purpose, pulling people in. Through his music, he turns Trump's theatrics into a beat that mocks fear and celebrates freedom. The crowd doesn't move out of obedience, but out of release. dancing away from the grip of control and into a sense of liberation. Kimmel's sharp humor cuts through the myth of Trump's invincibility, revealing the man behind the performance. The self-proclaimed savior becomes the perfect symbol of satire's power. Every boast turns into a joke. Every failed promise becomes another setup. What was once politics now looks like bad theater. Together, Kimmel and Bad Bunny strip away the spectacle, exposing power built on ego and pretense. Bad Bunny delivers the final punch with rhythm, showing that Trump's style is outdated, loud, and completely out of sync with the world. The people no longer chant slogans, they sing lyrics of awareness and unity. Satire becomes the language of truth, and laughter the anthem of resistance. Their message is clear: arrogance always crumbles under the light of exposure. Kimmel and Bad Bunny don't mock to wound, they mock to awaken, reminding everyone that real power comes from humility, not hype.